Morning. This is Nita with the Timepiece Garden, and Panda just took off up the hill. Um, this is my first full morning back at the house. I know a couple of the videos are going to be out of order. I loaded the one where I was in the hospital before I loaded some of the stuff that I was doing before I went to the hospital. So this is my first morning back, and all kinds of thoughts run through my head. And the first one is that I'm not doing anything today. I will end up spending most of the day in the house. I'm still on a lightweight diet for today and tomorrow before I do anything hard or heavy. And while I'm on a lightweight diet, that means that I will probably not do anything in the yard. While it's gorgeous this morning and it's still relatively cool, I don't want to get out and exert myself and cause myself a problem again. Having said that, you can see where like my cilantro is dying back, and I actually need to cut it and trim it so I don't end up with cilantro seeds everywhere to include in my walkway. Same thing with the parsley. I truly need to cut it back. I'm not going to do that today. I'm just, having said that, my echinaceas over here are just beautiful. They're getting ready to just burst forward with blooms. I can't wait. It'll just be gorgeous. My rose is over there in bloom. Again, not the first blooms of the season, but it's doing well. So is everything else. My Delilahs are getting ready to come up. And what's crazy is when I was researching the jewelweed that we found on our camping trip, I was able to figure out that this here is actually called garden jewelweed. It's from Asia. Not so. That's why you get the white, the pink, the red, and the purple colors, where the American native jewelweed is yellow and orange. So do your research, do your studies, different medicinal values, but it's kind of awesome that I got a whole patch of it, So I enjoyed that. I can sit at the computer and research, so got lots to do with that. And then from there, just other things that I love to see. Again, I'm back. I like being back in my place. I like being back where my daylilies are just in daylily heaven. They're living life large and loving it. This is their favorite spot. This is the largest spot. My center spot here has not yet bloomed, but you can see those are all buds. They're going to bloom. And my front spot up here is in bloom as well, but it's just starting to bloom. Just one or two. My butterfly bushes look like they're going to come back. And I can see it from the side, but I was worried about whether or not my crepe myrtle, which is down there at the end, made it through Snowmageddon, and it's got leaves on it too. It's hidden right now in all the far daylilies. And then the other thing I'm keeping an eye on this year is I truly want to know if that's wild rose. It's not bloomed yet, and if it was a blackberry or a blueberry, it would already be in full bloom. And it's not, does that make sense? And while I'm thinking it's a wild rose, is if you look at that one, see that pretty pink? Because then we get into all kinds of discussions. If that is truly a wild rose, I will favor it and start clearing some of this other stuff out. I've always liked the fact that it sits here at the base of this old oak tree, and it's got the wild foxglove here growing on it. It's a wild foxglove. It's called bearded foxglove. And anyway, I've always loved watching it, paying attention to it, you can see there's some dogwood stuff here, and but I will clean this up, if that truly is wild rose, to give it space to do what it needs to do without having to fight everything else. Does that make sense? So again, I'm keeping an eye on it, especially that one, because that's the only one that's got any kind of pink on him yet. Now, am I doing anything in the garden today? No. I'm going to take a quick walk just down this way a little so I can just kind of look and make sure that none of my electrical fences got damaged while I was gone. They're still all functional. But it's just a quick walk, and then I'm going back into the house. Again, nothing strenuous today. This will probably be the only video you'll get for today. So it's one of those, while I'm feeling better, I don't want to push my luck, I don't need to be back in the hospital on Monday because I came home Friday afternoon, and went crazy and started chopping wood or some stuff. Not a good thing. All right, and so from here, and this is probably as far as we'll go, I'm gonna go to a shady spot. Gardens look awesome, fences look awesome. They're up, there's no logs hanging on them. You know. So this is probably as far as I'm gonna go. You know, looks like I might need to go pick some strawberries, but I don't know. Just not sure I want to do that today. I don't know if I want to do a bunch of bending over, and I can't eat strawberries right now because of the seeds. The seeds are not considered a light diet. So even if I was to pick the strawberries, I'd have to sit in the fridge. So, but otherwise everything looks okay. You know, I don't see anything crazy going on. Maybe later on this afternoon, I will come over, you know, later, 7 o'clock when it's starting to cool down again, just to see if anything needs to be watered. Again, it doesn't look like it. From here, the other garden looks okay too. Not that you can, I can zoom in, but you can't really see plants. Yeah, that's another mullein sticking up right there. But the fence looks good, basically. You know, that again, there's no tree branches hanging on anything. You know, so everything will just wait till this afternoon or tomorrow morning, you know, before I actually decide. I'm hoping I feel better enough tomorrow morning to come out and mow, because the grass has gotten crazy tall again. And when it's tall like this, I can't see snakes. So, you know, today is nothing. If tomorrow was good, I will probably come out and mow first thing in the morning while it's still very cool. You know, and then go take a look at the gardens and you know, see what I need to do. So if I have an appointment tomorrow, maybe I'll pick strawberries and take them to the meeting. You know, just don't know. Anyway, y'all have an awesome day. Miss Panda's down there by the tall grass, the very left corner. You can just barely see her tail hanging out. Oh, and she's gone. Anyway, y'all have a great day. Miss Panda and I will talk to you later. Evening. This is Nita with the Timepiece Garden. And we've had so much rain that, there he is. I have not seen any fireflies. And there's a couple floating around real low here in the garden. He's moved up over that way. So they're just starting to blink. But I think it's awesome that they're back. So, because you know, in my world, fairies ride on fireflies. So when you see them, you know the fairies are out for that evening ride. Alright, well, we saw a couple. Hopefully there'll be more later. And I will talk to you later.